I'm still working on the heater blower housing, trying to get the rust and everything. I found it's just as easy to put a wire wheel on your drill and get it that way. It gets all the nooks and crannies. And I do use dust mask when I can and some kind of eye protection. Although I hate this glasses fogging up bullshit. I got plenty of these dust masks or whatever because of the COVID epidemic that we had a couple of years ago. Got quite a few of them. Of course, I found one that doesn't have the reinforcement on the nose, so it's getting hot air up in my glasses. If I can see here. Another mask. There, that helped. If the stub was a little bit longer, I could get in there, but seems like all the wire brushes you get, the stub's only about 1.5 inches long. I think I saw on the internet where you can buy a gasket set for this, for the gaskets that go around the where you put it onto the firewall here. Although these rubber gaskets don't look too bad, they're kind of cracked, but they might work. And for the door that's inside, over here, the door is here. So that had just some foam rubber on the bottom. Probably have to take that out, put something else in there. We'll have to get this nice and easy to open and close. I use Seafoam Deep Creep penetrating oil and lubricant. I've had great luck with this over the years, so I guess you stay with what works for you. I have seen that Blaster works pretty good, but and I have used Creel and that works pretty good, but let that set for a while. Someplace it doesn't get all drippy. There. That's good. Haven't tried going inside yet. Well, today I'm going to take the blower motor assembly and coat it with something new. It's called Crud Cutter Rustex Rust Converter. And I guess it's supposed to change iron oxide into iron phosphate, which is pretty hard and you can paint over it. I got in as much as I could and tried to get the rust out with sandpaper and brushes, but there are just some nooks and crannies in here that I just can't get into. So we'll try the rust converter, and I guess you're not supposed to rinse it, you just leave it overnight, and what else? Wait overnight after application, dust off any loose powder, and then apply primer and paint. Sounds pretty easy. I'm not sponsored by these guys, so we're just trying it out. I think I'll probably use eye protection and gloves too when I do this. I'm using a wheelbarrow so that I can contain any of that stuff that drips on the ground. You know my dog, Hunter. She'll smell anything good on the ground and eat it right up. So maybe we'll contain it in the wheelbarrow and not have to worry about that later. And any of the spillover, maybe it'll help the wheelbarrow a little bit. See what it looks like tomorrow morning. Of course, it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so we'll have to get up early and cover this or something. So the rust techs I put on this seem to do a pretty good job. although I see some rust there. So we'll hit it with primer. I'm going to use VHT flame-proof primer, ceramic. Probably don't need to, but that's what I have in. So we'll put some primer, and now we've sprayed it with top coat VHT black, flat black. I really don't like the finish of that VHT, but I guess it will be all right. Now let that dry and we can assemble it finally. So I got to make some brackets to hold the resistor on the blower motor. So I'm going to use L brackets and bend them, and they will fit in these holes, holding the resistor, hopefully a little bit lower. But I've got to cut some screws to fit inside the housing, and I'm going to use stainless steel bolts, and then I have rubber backed stainless steel washers going against the resistor so it's non-conductive. Use a stainless steel 1/4 rod, threaded rod, to go through the resistor and put it together. I'm still waiting for rubber for the gasket for the door, fresh air door. Home Depot sent me 1 out of 5 items, so I had to call them up and get them to send them out again, and that took another 10 days and it's still not here. So this is taking a long time, but we're getting there. This vise has seen better days. Kind of worn out. One more to go. So I made the brackets, and I put the wire wound resistor 1.5 ohm on top and hooked it back up, and instead of soldering I decided to do female spade connectors in case I have to take it off again. So now I jury rigged it up, put the switch in, and put a power supply in to test it. So right now I'm going to put it on low speed, and it's running pretty good. And the power supply is telling me that it's drawing 3.3 amps. Now we're going to put it on high speed. And the high speed's working pretty good. And it's drawing 6.4 amps. And it's putting out some pretty good air. So what we're going to do is call this final the finale. There's no reason for you to watch me put in gaskets, and we'll find a place for this and take it down to Jose's garage. Thanks for watching. It's been a long series to get this all done. Now we can move on to something else.